Comedy Sim, the podcast you can't resist. Stephen Michael James, the host you won't wanna miss. From Seattle to the world, his humor will persist. Join the fun, get ready to enlist. Spitting fire on the mic.
Check. We're rolling. We are rolling. Go ahead and grab your mic there. All right.
Am I on camera?
Yeah, it is, man. This
Do I
is
need
it.
headphones?
No, we're good. This
Do I
is
sound good?
Comedy Simp,
We're on?
the podcast you can't resist.
The podcast you can't resist.
Stephen Michael James.
Stephen Michael James. The host you don't want to miss.
And then it's like, from Seattle to the world. It's
From
humor.
Seattle
Something
to-
like that. I don't even know my
You
own
don't even
song.
know your own song?
No. I don't go
I don't
around-
even have any song for my podcast,
Well,
which is the Random Hacks
yeah.
podcast.
Well, we were making up that one, or I made that one for you. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
Random Hacks.
It's actually pretty
Random
good.
Hacks. I don't know, but it can be better, you know?
No, I sort of like it, but I don't know. I just wanted to do something that was just musical and not a big.
I wrote a lot of
lyrical
songs
thing.
over the years, man. I know I could do better than AI, especially when it
Yeah,
comes
you
to
got
something
AI.
like you. So, Random Hacks, man.
Yes.
You have been involved in a lot of podcasts.
Well, only a couple, but
a few over the years.
I've been on some, yeah.
Before we talk about Random Hacks, what was the first podcast that you did? What was it? Because I
We
know you
did-
had one you did by yourself, but then there was another one you did before. I don't know. Tell us the story, man.
I only tried like one or two by myself, just like one or two episodes, just on like the what is it called? The,
Anchor.
Anchor.
Anchor
yeah,
at the time. Anchor's been
Yeah,
bought by
yeah.
Spotify now.
And I had some cool shit on. Oh, it's been bought by. Oh,
yeah,
is that
so
right?
that's all
Oh.
folded in, and now
Oh.
it's all part of the whole Spotify thing.
Can you
so.
still get on Anchor?
Well, no, it's
Oh.
now it's tech. I mean, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if the app is still there. I just know.
The only Anchor I know recently was the Rain City Jerks with Jerry Markovitz and
Yes, that
Jack
was a good
Slattery.
podcast. I
Yeah.
never got invited on. I'm sad.
I liked that one too. I wanted to get
Yeah.
on it.
those. Yeah, I know they have.
I recently sent him $1 reoccurring support.
Oh,
And
nice.
then they mentioned it on air, and then I was their only one.
Yeah.
I was their only.
Well,
their
we
only-
talked. Yeah.
Their only subscriber. I was like, I thought it was going to be like a lot of him. I didn't know. But it was
Well,
nice.
there's
I don't
a,
know. They might be retired by now.
There's a lot of us doing this stuff, but when it comes to self-promotion, it's not a thing that a lot of people enjoy doing, and it's not a thing that a lot of people are doing in
Yeah.
general. And so,
Yeah, but
It's-
anyway, we did. I did the Wrong Again podcast with Jason McBride, and that one was a lot of fun.
Jason McBride, former comedian Jason McBride,
I don't think he
You know,
quit.
he didn't quit
He might
yet.
be here tonight.
Oh, we have a guest joining us today
Yeah.
on the show. Hold on. Let's unmute there.
How's
Hey,
it going?
boom. Hi.
Go ahead.
How's it going?
Yes.
Hey, man, I love you.
Noah
love this
Nguyen
guy.
is
Thank you.
here.
How you
Here
been?
on the podcast, here on the Comedy
getting-
Simp. First time, buddy. Thanks for
Thank
joining.
you for getting my name right. I always
Yes.
get excited when I hear that.
So when?
Yeah,
I
as
got to
in-
tell you, man, that is the craziest spelling for the name Nguyen that I've ever heard. Hey, what's up, man? Joseph, there's our feature. He just walked right in.
I remember
Came
him.
off of
I
a
know him.
ferry. He brought some peeps with him. We're excited.
So he was. He wrote a gay guy
What?
he
I
rode
rode
it-
one? Oh, yes. He rode a
He's
ferry.
bringing back
That's
Peter
right.
Pan.
all the way here. Wow, that's a durable.
But yeah, man, you're
Durable
here.
ferry.
We're doing this. How's everything going?
Good. I'm enjoying the apocalypse. Comedy's going to get way better for the next 4 years, I'm sure.
Yeah?
It's just
Are
gonna
you?
get so easy.
Is anything making you nervous?
Is anything making me nervous?
Politically?
Yeah, everything. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Invading the invasion of Panama and Greenland right out. I don't know.
I can't keep up with it. It's
Yeah.
like a new thing every 5 minutes.
I know, right?
wild, yeah.
It's a strange time. I thought 2016 was crazy.
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty-
2016 was
I think it's
baby
pretty
steps.
cool that the last 10 years of my life, I've heard mostly from the political left, that we need to burn it all down and it needs to be destroyed. But apparently not by these guys. That's the wrong kind of destroy. Even though it's really cool how they're destroying everything.
Yeah.
Like firing people and just like erasing laws and everything is destroying shit just like everybody wanted.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
You know?
break it and rebuild. It's like what everyone said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your volume there. Go ahead. Just keep talking.
I think it's almost like the party in
Perfect.
power is saying that
Casey, there's your wallet.
Oh
They're
my
gonna-
God, my wallet.
it's like they're
You
proving they can
stole
do
it.
even better
Thanks
at
for
burning
giving
it
it
down.
Yeah.
Like they took a tip from Seattle.
Yeah,
you
she's
know?
like, whatever's left in there, it's hers now.
Well,
She's a great bartender. Do you know her name?
uh,
I feel like I should know it.
her name is Charlie.
Oh,
if you ever
okay.
hear her being called anything else, it's a lie.
Oh,
I feel like
all
Casey
right.
here is
Wink.
flexing comedian with a wallet,
By the
comedian
way,
with money in his pocket.
I
Oh,
just
yeah,
want to.
I gave her a tip and I have $7.
Hey,
left in there.
Daryl, what's up,
Daryl
man?
Bevins.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah.
Hi, man.
So
I read one of his jokes on stage the other day.
I'd like to say announce today, and I don't know if it's an announcement, but it is an anniversary. 1 year ago today was the first time I came here to the Whiskey Mile.
Oh.
Whiskey Mile. This
Wow.
guy Sam had this open mic that he was running,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
remember
heard
him.
about it.
How's he doing?
Well, I
Sorry.
think he's in a better place, is what I hear.
Oh.
Whispers from BL. What did you think the first time you came here?
Dude, I really enjoyed it a lot. You know, the thing that I just kept telling everybody was there are regular people here. It's not just
Yeah.
like comics. And that night, also, I went to 4Bs and had like the worst set of my life. It wasn't even a set. Like my mic got cut out, or
You know what I like about
So,
this place? I
what's
remember first time I did a set here, I noticed that everybody who was doing sets, they were all like, hey, in the news, it's crazy how P. Diddy and all that, and everybody here's like, they just don't like stupid internet bullshit.
yeah.
They seem like they have jobs and stuff. and
Well,
they just-
they're yeah.
So
blue
they're not all
collar.
like the 8 news stories we all
Yeah.
follow. You know, they're not into it. They're
Yeah.
not.
This is like the break back to reality place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always think of I compare it to the 907 in Renton a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
similar to that.
I could see
A little bit of peace of mind that, you know. So yeah, man, there's so many things
It's almost like they're too blue collar to be easily fooled.
yeah.
Yes, I think
know?
you're right. They just got off the job at the muffler joint 3 blocks away, and they're coming here to get a drink and feel better. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
But on the flip side, there's been some weird experiences the comics have had in this
In
place.
here, okay,
Yes.
okay.
We've had
Blood dripping on the walls. pool
Rob,
balls
well,
moving on
I'll
their own.
name names. Rob Conroy, you know, he had a set where
Oh, yeah, he
he
said
had a
something
joke
about it.
about black people, and some white people here got mad at him. So there was that.
White people got mad on other people's behalf. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, very shocking. Yeah.
2 different comics had somebody filming them with their phones, Femi and Adam Tiller, and people were, and then the comics were like, "Please don't film me." So
Well,
I don't know what that was all about.
I had one. I think it was before. It was right when Sam was still here.
Oh.
I did a feature set here, and it was great. Everything was good, except for there was this lady here, and she was like interrupting a lot, and she was like, I said something about she said something about her OnlyFans, you know, and I was like, and then she said $5.99 you know, or whatever, and then I was like, oh, what a deal, and the whole crowd erupted in laughter. They thought it was like incredible deal, you know.
Maybe she was offering, you know, to provide merch for you, for your brand.
Maybe it was like a constant interrupting, but I made it work, so
Yeah.
it wasn't so bad. I usually don't get
I like
mad
that
at
you
them.
turned her bit into a commercial.
Yeah.
Her
I usually
heckle.
turn what they say into something funny, and then everybody's happy.
Turn her heckle into product placement.
Yeah.
Well,
But anyway, it was weird.
before we get into a bunch of other stuff,
Yes. Sir.
let's just let people know, Noah, how long you been doing comedy.
I've been doing-
Tell people what is your style, because you have a very interesting style, very
you.
different,
Thank you.
unique, one of a kind.
rapid fire joke machine.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I've been doing comedy about 3 years officially. Before that, it's been a dream since I was always the guy who was going to try to funny his way out of a parking ticket, you know, funny his way out of detention. Usually
Yes.
that dug the hole a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like to consider myself to be one-liner guy, you know, a Serbic nerd.
Yeah.
And so you're grew up in L.A., right?
I grew up in L.A.
So how long were you in L.A.?
Oh God, most of my I was 19 when I came to Washington the first time. I was here for like a year, then I came back to LA. I drifted around the country through my 20s. I went to college in the Midwest. I was not at all stable.
This guy, he had, what was that
bounced
called?
everywhere.
Wanderlust. He just couldn't stay in one place. He wanted to see things.
Also,
and do
you
things.
guys are both. I mean, both you guys are known as like two of the more legit good guys in comedy.
Whoa, whoa!
I mean,
Who said that?
Yeah, I hear that a lot. But Noah is a real good guy because I was in a wheelchair for 5 months, and out of all the comics, he showed up to the hotel I was at, and he brought me 3 packs of cigarettes.
It was
Damn.
the
'Cause
only
he's a
drug
real good
you said
guy.
you could do anymore.
Yeah, I could not
man.
get cigarettes because people
That's-
are concerned about
that's
my
pretty
health.
cool, man. That's
but I
pretty
finally
cool.
found someone who's more concerned with what I really need than concerned about my fucking stupid health. He gives a shit. Needs cigarettes, goddammit. I'm in a chair.
Well,
I'm rolling around in a chair. What, if I
Yeah,
don't-
the math seemed really simple to me.
Yes.
Show me, like, because historically, we give people cigarettes before we execute them.
yeah.
But if someone's got to suffer, we're just
Yeah.
going to make it worse.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I just didn't.
Isn't it also like a cigarette after sex, cigarette
You
after
know?
a meal? I don't know.
You know, when everybody cares about you, none of them will bring you cigarettes. So when you're in a chair, the only guy who could get to bring me cigarettes was a DoorDash driver, and half of them would say no because they think they're getting in trouble. I'd be like, just add a $20 pack of
Yeah.
cigarettes and go to the 7-Eleven. I'll give you $20 or what, $25, whatever the fuck it is. You know, and so I'm paying $20 each pack. You know,
If
half
some
the time they say
DoorDash
no.
guy refuses on cigarettes, I'm like, were you the 12-year-old who snitched?
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
It's because they're from another country and they don't want to lose their job. It's like they're scared. They're scared of getting deported. They're like not even.
They don't know that the
yeah.
way here.
We're deporting people. Turns out, you know what I mean.
Have you guys ever you ever told on anybody? Have you ever snitched, like going back to like when you were kids or anything like that? Anything that you remember? Because I have a really good one. But
Oh, that's why you asked.
yeah.
No, man, you tell me yours. I wanna hear
Okay,
that.
so this is I don't know what I was thinking, you know, man. There was this part of my childhood where I didn't live with my parents. I had to live with my grandma. So I wasn't a very happy kid. And there was this kid that he was kind of a bully, but he was not like an asshole all the time.
Oh,
but
okay.
I saw him outside of school, and he would climb the tree. There was this tree outside of my grandma's house. I think it had like plums on it, or either. What's the other one? They're not plums, but
Apples or
maybe
cherries?
no, like they're squishy. I don't know if nectarine or maybe
Oh.
something,
Apricot,
something like that.
Apricot. Yeah, there's
But-
a lot of options.
The kid,
California.
this kid would climb up in the
California.
tree and
Liberals?
and
They're
pull him
squishy?
down and eat the fruit. And I really was like not happy this kid was climbing in my yard. So I
Stealing
went and
fruit.
told my grandma, I said, that there's a kid in our tree. And she went out and like fucking yelled at him. And I was like such a bitch. I feel like such a bitch after
Did he go to
that, like,
prison?
forever. He probably did.
He
You know, he
should-
was
should.
Latino, so you know.
Maybe
the chance was pretty high where
executed.
I'm from. You know?
Maybe he was executed.
He was the Hispanic Huck
No.
Finn.
Wow.
He was just
I mean-
living off the land, just being a hippie.
You're California too, right?
I did
yeah,
live in
so
California
we all
for a while.
know
What part of California are you from?
the desert.
Oh, I lived there for a little while. I lived in Victorville for about a
Okay.
year. Barstow area and
All right, yeah,
Victorville,
desert.
Adelanto. I loved it out there. It was fun.
But yeah, so we all know like the Hispanic, like growing up and the kids and
Sure.
stuff like that.
I lived in
and it's
cabins in
Yeah.
Tonasket, Washington, in the eastern Washington, where they do apples, and we lived in the row of cabins. It was all probably illegal immigrant Mexican people,
Uh-huh.
and then me and my stepdad and my mom, we stayed in a cabin for a while.
Yeah.
in one of those little cabins.
It's all migrant workers. Yeah, I grew
Yeah.
up with mostly migrant workers. You just
Oh,
bouncing
wow.
all through Orange County and LA. We probably moved almost every year when I was a kid.
Oh wow, okay.
So
yeah.
growing up there, I mean, did you ever have any experience in the Palisades? Did you ever know anybody who lived out there?
The Palisades?
Because I know it's a very rich area, but
It was a
Yeah.
very rich area.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was.
It's mostly toast now.
although people still have to pay their mortgages on those properties.
Yeah, it's a shame the government burned those houses like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
It's a shame.
I worked one shift at a Starbucks in the Palisades.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
place is on another level of, like, there's people in the Palisades who will hire valets for their house parties.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I saw.
Like, it is another level.
I saw like a tweet that somebody put out was like, "Is there any private firefighters in the area willing to pay?"
Oh, 100%. 100.
I was like, "That's a good idea. A private firefighter." I don't know. They probably do have them, but
No, I mean, not a joke, but a good chunk of the Palisades was saved by private firefighting forces. There's private security, there's private police, there's private. So back in the day, but before we had like a socialized fire department, it used to be that you had to pay like private insurance
oh,
to have your house saved, like in the 1800, up to the turn of the century.
I guess that guy who was lost the mayoral race, I can't remember his name right now, who ran for mayor and lost.
Right.
All of his houses were protected.
oh,
Yeah,
nice.
because you know why you got the tip off of the Great Burning
Oh.
that was going to happen. Anyway, don't have me on podcast.
He's on the Illuminati. Oh.
I don't think it's Illuminati. I think it's the probably the Los Angeles city government that
Yeah.
they're accusing of being incompetent.
Yeah.
Incompetent is very close to just. Why not just burn the houses you want burned down if you want to destroy everything? Instead, you make it look like they were incompetent. Say how incompetent they are over and over again.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry that happened.
Hey, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You know.
It is. Yeah, anytime people talk about like incompetence in the same conversation as conspiracy, I always think,
Yeah.
if the person really was like truly villainous, they wouldn't go through all the work of covering their shit. You know what I mean? As you said, you could just burn down the house if you just want,
Well,
Yeah.
to make something look like a natural accident, I mean.
yeah.
You ever hear Jamie Kennedy's podcast? It's weird to
I-
quote
dude.
him as the most reliable information, but his information was interesting because he said, "Okay, there's an ember, and then the ember flies miles uphill, and then the ember catches on a tree, and then it just incinerates a house that has a clay roof.
Yeah.
It's just burnt all day and melts.
I didn't know he was such an expert.
It's funny though, no, because
Yeah.
if you get someone who's involved in the politics
Yeah.
or on the news, they have shit they're supposed to say.
Yeah.
Whereas a guy can just use his
Bruce,
Detore.
fresh off his Kill Tony appearance.
Bruce.
Yeah.
We have a celebrity,
Anyways.
Austin celebrity in the house.
I know. Yeah, man. If you want to pull up a chair, we could squeeze in. I got
Mr.
a fourth mic over here. Here.
Please.
You
Go
can
ahead.
interrupt my
Squeeze in this
conspiracy
way.
theory. Finally, we have a sane person on the show.
Podcasting all over the place this week.
I don't know if you're in the frame.
You walk
but-
in the
yeah,
room and they're
wow.
like, "Get on the podcast."
Hello.
Walking through the room,
Oh
talking
my
about
God, it's like the
podcasting
United
here.
Nations over here.
So how was
The
the
way it should be.
experience?
No
Yeah.
women. No.
I want to say I
Whoa.
was incredibly proud to be on Kill Tony until I
Yeah.
saw the video. That's what ruined it for me
All
right
right.
there.
So, in case people don't know, this is Bruce Detore, comedian from Tacoma.
No, West Seattle.
West Seattle.
Although I do
West
travel
Seattle.
to Tacoma.
I'll be
I
right
see you
back
down
to
in
get my
Tacoma
drink.
more than. All right. Casey's going to take a break. I'll hit him on. All right. I'm not even going to mute him then. I'm not even going to mute him.
Bruce represented
Oh, yeah.
Seattle on Kill Tony,
Feel
so if
free
we
to
get
have
any
sunglasses
backlash
if you
from
guys
Texas,
want.
it's his fault.
I gotta say,
However Texas views us, it's because of him.
Okay.
I
no,
gotta say, I've gotten amazing feedback, really good feedback from every single person
Okay.
except for Tony Hinchcliffe himself and Red Band. They did not like my
well,
performance.
hold on, man. Hold on. We're good. We're going too fast. All right.
That's
Too
their
fast, too
job.
furious.
Bruce, I was about to tell the story on Noah here. So, let's get to your Kill Tony in a minute. Because mentioning the word Tony has something to do with what I'm about to say. First time I saw this guy was at Tony V's in 2022 up in Everett. You've been up there?
Of course,
Yeah,
yes.
Tony V's.
Oh yeah.
I watched Tony V's for a couple months,
Yeah.
before I ever stepped on stage myself. So this guy, I remember, with his patches and his jeans and
And the
stuff.
news is Stephen Michael James is buying Tony V's.
I just discovered Tony V's. The owner is selling Tony V's.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I don't know how long it's
It's going to be a bar or a comedy venue or
but
both.
they are getting rid of the business.
I
So-
believe it used to be Jimmy Z's. Now it's Tony V's. So it's got to be some other male with a Y in it.
Yeah.
Maybe a
And a-
Stephen
and-
MJ's.
No vowels, but a consonant that ends with.
All
an
right,
upward
well,
E.
let's think of a comedian with that who's a local comic that can fit this bill here. It's got to. So go ahead, say it again.
Pass.
It's got to have a letter. So
Well, yeah,
like a
you know.
V.
So you've gone from
G's.
Jimmy Z Tony V. So go URSTV.
Lil
WXYZ.
G's, Weez.
Well, like, if
I
we
know
go
a
back
comic
up
who
to it.
wants to buy.
Does it have to be local? Because I'm sure that there's someone in Huawei named Yang Zi.
Yeah, there
you know, we could be China's Mexico.
Of course, if they own it, they can call it what the fuck they want.
That's all right. Anyways, guys, Bruce, you've been doing comedy about 3-4 years. Is that right?
2.5 years next month.
2.5 years. All right. Excellent. So
yeah,
about
that,
the
that
same,
explains why I'm
same
where I'm
time
at.
period. So you went down to Austin, Texas. Tell us about it. The flight. You know what was it? What was your plan? What was your plan to go down there?
A friend of mine, Gio is what he goes by. He's a comedian outside of kind of the Olympia area, and you know, he'd mentioned that he'd gone down there. A number of people have been mentioning that they'd gone down to Austin, and at one point in passing, I kind of mentioned him. I was like, man, I probably should go down there someday to figure out what it's like. He's like, you know, funny thing, I was thinking of asking you because I'm going to go down there in February, and that was probably back in maybe December or November. He's like, yeah, would you like to go? I was like, yeah, sure. Why the hell not? You know. So I kind of took the lazy way out. I let him do all the planning, and
That's the way to do
yeah,
it.
just when he said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this flight," no problem, man. I'll book the cheapest seat I could get on that flight, and then he had a timeshare down there about an hour outside of Austin. So I gave him some money.
Comedian
and-
house.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
Ooh, you don't want a ultraviolet light in those rooms, huh?
Did you end up in Pflugerville?
Pflugerville.
No,
oh,
we
yeah,
were not
yeah.
in Pflugerville, but
Yeah.
I remember seeing Pflugerville and thinking that
I know
was
a
a
comic.
hilarious name.
He does a show in Austin, and he lives out in Pflugerville. And he did
Pflugerville.
a song about Pflugerville.
Yeah.
and a
That,
rap
like that
song.
does not sound like a Texas name to me. You know,
No, it
that sounds-
doesn't
an
really.
actual
sounds more like a
town.
Newfoundland.
Pflugerville.
Pfluger.
Yeah.
That's
So-
like floozy crossed with cougar.
PF and all that.
Here we are in
Pflugerville.
Pflugerville, down in
Yeah,
Texas.
spelled PF.
So did you? Were you looking up other places to kind of hit besides the
Well,
big
you know-
the big mothership thing? You know.
Well,
like-
we did. We flew in on Saturday, and we just kind of went up to the timeshare and decided to chill out and relax. Went out on Sunday for Super Bowl Sunday. We actually met another pair of comedians who we knew one of them from various dealings, named Jimmy Karatz. If you get a chance and you're in the
I
Midwest,
love
look
him.
him
He's
up.
a friend of mine.
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
From
and,
Australia.
From Australia,
Yeah.
he was.
Let's put
with-
another shrimp on the barbie.
Australian right winger.
He was actually touring across the Midwest with another comedian named Gareth, and I'm gonna fuck up his last name, but sorry, Gareth, I'll get to you. He's full on Australian, where Jimmy is actually like, you know, born in America, raised and lived in Australia.
Yes.
But like he's just
one of those Keith
He's just
Urbans.
American dude that wants.
He's a killer.
He's just like an American dude that every now and then says petrol instead of gas.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Whereas Gareth is
Take
like
the
full on
lift.
Australian. Yeah, mate. How you doing? You know, like I'm
Yeah.
fucking that up right now. But anyway, but
Jimmy's a killer.
Remember Mel
He's
Gibson
good.
used to have a really good Australian accent.
well,
man.
you know, since he was from there, that's kind of.
But he lost it, man. But he used to be
Well,
like,
Karatz was funny because he came here to
Yeah.
the open mics on Capitol Hill about
Yep.
5 or 6 years ago, and like I think he was only here for a week. And like the idea was that if you're a right wing guy, no one will like you. But if you're super confident and you don't apologize, he was liked by everyone because he
Yeah,
has
I
a lot
mean-
of confidence and he's just happy. And everybody was like, "Oh, we love this guy." Everyone on Capitol Hill. who's
Well, he
normally would
definitely
hate him.
he works his ass off. You know,
Yeah.
he does work really hard, and he literally is just doing the old school. He's got an old van that he's put a bunch of graphics on and like free candy and all that kind of stuff on,
Oh, okay.
and he literally just when he's in America. He picks it up at I think one of his family members' houses or something like that, and he just drives around. He sleeps in his van. Sometimes
wow.
they get a hotel room.
Oh, another van
Yeah.
liver like Hans Kim. That's how
Yeah.
he came.
True
He
road
lived in his
He's a
comedian.
straight up
Holy shit.
full on doing it, man. And so we got together with those two for Super Bowl Sunday. Then Monday we went down to the mothership, tried to get onto the open mic there. We did not make it onto the open mic.
what time was the open mic? Was it like
the open
during
mic?
the day?
Open mic at the mothership on Mondays, I believe, is 7 o'clock. The sign up for it's around 6.
Okay.
Do they get an audience at motherships? It's a big club.
Yes, they have two clubs inside of it. They have little. They have
Holy shit.
what was it? It's named after the two nuclear
Fat Man
bombs.
and the
Fat Man
Little
and Little
Boy?
Boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Little Boy and Fat Man.
Named
So-
after the two bombs dropped
Yeah,
from
the two bombs that were
Enola
bopped
Gay.
on,
Holy
yeah.
shit, the Fat Man and Little
Hiroshima
Boy,
and Nagasaki.
goddamn.
So little man or Little Boy is where they do the open mic, Dejan Asfaha
What's up, Jeff?
was actually down there. He was on it. He was on Kill Tony the week before, or like 2 episodes before. He got a book and he got on the Secret So good for him, and fuck Kill Tony for not thinking I'm as good as him.
Yeah, come on. Well, you know what? One thing is for sure. You did way better than Macy Yo.
Macy, no.
Yeah, that was legendary.
Oh,
yeah,
man, that was a bomb to be. Well, sorry.
Yeah, at least you didn't have any kind of legendary
Look,
disaster.
if they're
you know,
going to
that's a
torture
big
me
fucking-
at the Bully Show, we're going to just talk shit about the performance.
I will say one of the frustrating things is that you guys all know
You didn't get a lot of. I didn't watch the whole episode, but it looked like they were doing some rapid. Didn't get a chance to really talk to you that much.
They had like a record number of people that they were
Yeah.
pulling. I obviously didn't. I didn't fit the bill for them. I was number.
But your jokes.
I was
were-
number 60.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I wonder, and this is not just to kind of deal with my ego. We've all been in a club where we've heard the crowd,
Yeah.
and then you see like a video later, and you're like,
Yes, and the acoustics don't match because your
Yeah.
sound quality didn't pick up.
those
you know?
people were fucking loud.
Fuck
And then when
yeah,
and then when I went and saw the video, not every
Yeah.
joke hit. I'll admit not every joke, but the ones that did, you listen to the audience reaction on the video, and like, I remember that louder
Yeah.
than that.
What was
Yeah.
it near the end of the show?
I was.
Hey.
I
Look
was.
at this.
I
Because
was.
if so, they're probably fucked up.
It's
well,
a
I was number
party!
16.
Oh, okay, that's pretty far down.
It was 2 hours into the show.
Yeah, that's they're
And,
drunk by then.
you
Yeah.
know.
By the way, for what it's worth, a loud laugh when not every
They might
joke
even be
hits
drunk.
Yeah.
is more
Well, when they
fucking
come in,
authentic.
well,
I
they
can
kill Tony.
believe
The thing
that.
is,
Well, I
if they don't
crazy.
laugh at
He
one but they
did-
do laugh at the other, that makes the laugh trustworthy.
I started pretty strong, but I didn't end as I tapered out. I think one of the bigger regrets I have is one I forgot a joke, so I substituted a different one.
Yeah.
Which got more laughs than I thought it would. That was the one with all the talk of deportation. There's got to be a
Yeah.
cute Latina out there who wants a
Yeah.
green card. That did way better than I expected.
Texas, what'd you expect,
But,
man?
well, shit, I'll bring somebody home from Texas.
Did
I
you
don't
go
give a
to
shit,
the
as long as
creek
they got
in
their
the?
own money.
Did you make it on the creek in the cave? Did you go to the?
I
creek?
did do the creek in the cave, but it was just a dead room.
Yeah.
That particular day. That was the next day on Tuesday. The open mics we did on Tuesday were almost dead. There's one at a place called the Sunset Strip, which is just a couple doors down, and
Yeah,
that's where they
Red
do the
Band's
secret
Club,
show.
I think, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
But the open mic there was dead.
Oh,
You know.
okay.
Wow.
And we were like the last people.
A
There
lot
was-
of dead mics
there,
we're
there's like
hearing
a, there's
about,
like a
huh?
janitor and a bartender by the time I got up, man. And
There's a place when I was down there about 2 blocks, I think whatever it is, south or whatever of the creek in the cave, called the Lucky Duck.
we did not see
And
that
Lucky
place.
Duck is what they do is they have like a record amount of people that sign up, something like 70 or something.
Oh, geez.
And I remember I went down
Dude, that's
and
more than San
I got
Diego.
on and I got like on 55th, and then I go, oh well, I can go enjoy my day. But, I go sign up, and then I don't have to come back for 5 hours. And literally, you go, oh, check in. Oh, we're on 40 now.
That's
but
how
it's, But it's a huge backyard of people, and they all watch this enormous show.
That's how they do it at the Madhouse in San Diego. You pre-sign up like the week before, and then because you're not, and you're like, hey, I'm coming down to San Diego from Seattle. Please put me on. I'm the first person to respond to the Instagram post. They put you like 60th, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go goof around San
Yeah,
Diego.
you
You
go-
show up 3-4 hours.
You do
later.
other mics.
Yeah, you go 3-4 hours later, and they're like, yeah, we're at like number 43. We're probably not going to get to you. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I wasted my entire fucking day to get 3 minutes at this fucking
Dude, how
nobody.
burnt out is the audience after 43?
Well,
fucking
yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
performers?
At a place like that, it's all 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes at the Madhouse anyway. At least it was back then, and it's all comics. So you might have 3 or 4 people in the room, and they're all just cycling in and cycling out. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to be there.
Yeah, for
And
real.
you have the same range we have up here, just a bunch of fucking hacks and a bunch of people who are trying, and maybe some people with potential. There's a couple of them that are trying to do crowd work, and they're like, do you really want to do this? Because you're obviously not good enough to do this.
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna fuck with you if you
The
do.
Lucky Duck's cool, but it's literally like all the people you saw all over town doing mics,
Yeah.
all in the same place.
And I will
so it's kind of
say-
just a gathering, and it's kind of cool. It
I
has
was like,
a,
who is that?
We
Yeah,
did
it's a
not.
cool place.
At the Sunset Strip and at Creek in the Cave, we did not see the best that Austin had to offer. And if we did, dear God, thank God they bring other people in for the whole Kill Tony situation because it was terrible.
I think what's more surprising is what you're saying is like dead Mike, dead Mike. I mean, everybody has this illusion in their head, at least me, because I've never been there. Oh man, every night we got fucking full open mics. I mean,
I'm sure they are. We only did a couple days in
maybe
in
during the
Austin.
weekend it's different.
Yeah. So we tried to do the Mothership on Monday, and then we did Kill Tony, which is it's an experience.
Yeah.
Would you try it
And
again?
but how did that?
I would.
How was that? How do you sign up?
Okay, so kitty corner from the Mothership essentially is a place called Poor Choices.
Yeah, there's a bar.
It's
right?
it's a 2-level bar.
Yeah, I've been in that one.
You sign up upstairs at about 6:15, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And then you have to come back at 8:15. You got to stay in that bar until the show's over. Now,
That's how they sell drinks.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that bar loves them. I mean, not me because I don't fucking drink, but so we're down there and it's just going and you're just sitting there waiting, and eventually you're just waiting for him to let you go because one of the people that conducts the whole thing is getting to the point now where they're just getting sick of fucking people in general because you know what it is. When it first started, it was probably comedians that are like, I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to come down here. And now it's just every fucking moron who wants to be famous on YouTube.
Yeah,
you know?
that's.
And so you got
really-
people that literally have no idea what they're doing. You know, I've only seen a little bit. I didn't watch the whole. I can't watch 2.5 hours. You know, I can't watch 2.5 minutes of myself. Let them know 2.5 hours of bad comedy.
And I can't watch 2.5 Men.
yeah.
Have you reached the point where you can
That's
tell the
it's a
difference between
shitty
like
show, I get it.
a
agree
YouTube or
with you.
Instagram comedian versus an open mic? Because I feel like some people got big off TikTok, right?
Well-
but that made the barrier of entry nothing. Like there's people
But I think
who,
there's. I think it runs the gambit. Like just even in our area,
Yeah.
you see people that maybe they haven't been doing it for very long, but you can tell they've got potential.
Right.
You can tell they're serious and that they're really
Right.
going to give it a try. Then
It's
you
like
have people
me.
that I call karaoke comedians.
I love
you know,
that phrase. I love
They're like.
It's not a career.
Well, it's something to do. I'm out and about. I'm
They're
drinking.
phoning
I
it
have
in.
nowhere else to go, so I'm going to
Oh,
I'm going to do karaoke. There's some that do it here, but
yes.
not at the table necessarily. But I'm just saying. I think.
Where are you, D. Albert? I'm just
Oh
kidding.
God.
Whoa!
Is that the dude?
Shots fired.
Is that the
What's
dude-
up, Drew?
Is
Who said that?
Wait, is D. Albert the one that looks like he escaped from Amish
James.
country?
He's just this weird dude. Well, he's
kind of
he's
a little-
He's a
kind of
nice guy. No, he's not.
the little dude
He's-
with the hat?
He usually
No, okay.
wears like a sport coat over a t-shirt and has
Sunglasses.
like
Oh,
flip
He
flops
wears
and
socks.
dare
and
I say that he's got a
slippers in
very
a suit.
a very heavy accent?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You sound like-
Yeah.
He's very heavy.
This guy is so good in impressions. When did you start doing impressions?
Dude, when I was a little kid, the first one I remember, I think, was Pee Wee Herman.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like on the show, not in the theater. You know?
I can't even. I'm not even.
Thank you, Noah Nguyen, for getting that one.
The sad thing is that's such a great joke, and anybody under the age of 35 doesn't.
Nobody's
get
gonna
it.
understand
And it's
what it is.
like,
They're
God,
like-
that, when I was a kid,
Like
when
Paul
I was
Rubens,
in
wasn't he in Buffy the
elementary
Vampire
school-
Slayer?
Yeah, he was.
When I was in
he was a
elementary
vampire.
school, we joked about Pee Wee Herman, O.J. Simpson, and Michael Jackson
OJ.
all day long. You know.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, I think the world would have forgiven Epstein if he just released the Thriller album.
yeah,
Thriller
a
2,
little more musical talent. He would
Yeah,
have been.
well,
all right.
Jeffrey's version.
well, what they, like, you know, I'm sure people like Meryl Streep are still like, you know, in the closet forgiving Harvey Weinstein. So, you know.
yeah.
What's the name of the dude that like allegedly raped the girl in his basement and then like moved to Europe and was because they don't have extradition.
You're
and then,
talking about.
and then they gave him a standing ovation when he won the Academy Award or something like that.
Rosemary's Baby. What's his name?
I can never remember his name. That's like comedy
yeah,
gold.
I know his him too, but I forgot right now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I always
The
forget that one.
director
no,
of Rosemary's Baby.
Who was it? Ricky Gervais that said it at the Golden Globes. It's like, well, you know, if
It's right off the
ISIS,
top of my head.
if ISIS had a production company, you'd all call your agent. You know, like
Yeah.
they don't fucking care.
He shared a house with
Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And
They're
she was
all at the
murdered by
parties, man.
Mansons.
They know.
No, I know he was
Allegedly.
dated Sharon Tate.
No, they were gonna have a baby together,
Yeah,
and then she got killed.
Oh, God,
At
it's right
the
on the
time
tip of my tongue.
She got unalived.
At the time of the sexual assault, he was sharing
Roman
a house.
Polanski.
Yeah, Roman
thank you.
Polanski.
Yes.
You want to know how I remember that too?
At the time, he was sharing
Like,
a house with Jack Nicholson and Angelica Houston.
Yeah.
And they actually provided him the girl to do an audition, who's like a 13-year-old girl, is very beautiful. And so they were like, here, interview
I don't think
her.
you're allowed to say that about 13-year-olds.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, you know, if you see the pictures, she's a striking
Anytime
girl.
I see a young kid, I say, ugly, ugly.
That's probably
Not
the safe,
attractive.
yeah,
Which is
yeah,
weird,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
like when two kids see me, that's exactly how it goes. It's like, fuck you little shits.
Is it like insulting to tell a parent your kid's probably safe at mass, safe at church? Like I feel like I should make them feel better.
I think it depends on how deep their religion is. If they're Jehovah's Witnesses, they know they're not, and they'll get really mad for
You're like,
for
go
the
ahead,
lie.
keep it for a week. They'll be fine. They're not going to do anything. They'll have her clean the bathroom or something. They're not gonna, she'll be
Yeah,
safe.
clean the bathroom sounds like a euphemism, quite frankly.
Kind of does.
It's like,
So,
yeah.
Okay, well, this is all getting snipped out.
Overall, man, was a good experience though going down to Texas. You know,
Yeah, it was
getting on
fun. I'm not a fan of flying. Like I don't freak out on the plane, but there's always that little bit of instability that if,
Oh, sure,
if they're a quart low on oil, they can't just pull over to the sky. You know, it doesn't work that way. When we flew in, and I'm usually pretty good after takeoff, but we flew in, and there's always that little bit waiting for the landing. And we landed, and as soon as we touched down, it was like, okay, we're cool. And then the plane just went, like, wait, like it was like the second worst landing I've ever had.
man.
I'm pretty sure on a flight to like Hawaii, we fishtailed on the runway once, and then
Well, I wouldn't be
That was
wanting
pretty
to
bad.
fly, especially right now, right?
no, I mean,
Flying to Arizona in a month, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm a goner.
yeah,
That's
you just
probably
kind of,
it.
I will say it's one of the reasons I don't buy lottery tickets before I fly somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like because you just know if that thing, ladies and gentlemen, the number 2 engine is going out, and ladies and gentlemen, I need, never mind, and you start feeling it drop, you just pull that lottery ticket out. It's like this is the winner, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder if there was ever a pilot who, on his last day of his career, just got on the mic and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, oh fuck, never mind. Forget it."
Well, no, but there's.
Like 5 minutes before it lands, just give everyone a shake.
Well,
you
I don't.
need to
I-
retire now. I guess
It was
I'm
it was a
dead.
couple years ago. It was
Smoothly,
either
man,
it was
just
it
put
was
it out
either
there.
2019 or 2017. There was a pilot that basically committed suicide by crashing the
Committed
plane.
on a live.
But I think it was in the Middle East or Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it was somewhere
I've
across
heard about
the water.
that,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. They don't know. Yeah.
And that crossed my mind too. I was like, what if I get on the plane? There's some angry person that hates Donald Trump that is like, this is what I'm going to do to get back at the Republicans.
Oh my God.
You know?
You're like, I didn't even like the guy. Why are you
Like,
going
fuck
to kill
the
me?
I
Yeah.
just do an impression of
Well, I
him.
know.
that's it.
I'm in the back of the plane practicing for the fucking stewardesses and like, fuck this guy. I'm taking it down.
Yeah, this guy loves him so much he talks like him.
This is an Air Force One. No, I didn't get to finish my Trump bit. I wish I would have finished my Trump bit.
Yeah.
You guys have all heard the 4 ocean bit. I only got through 2 oceans before I
yeah,
heard the
yeah.
noise, and I should have just finished it off, and I didn't, and I think that might have helped a little. And then I as soon as I heard the noise, I went into respectful mode because here I am in this person's place.
Yeah,
I should have not done that. I should have been because he didn't.
Should have joked great about him. Right
I should have gone right out.
That's
It
true,
was
that would've
like,
been the way
you're
to
a
go.
funny looking guy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, really? I risked my life on a Boeing 737 where the door may have flown off to fly all the way to Austin, to see the greatest roast comic on our fucking planet at the moment. And the best you got is I'm funny looking. Dude, there are drunk bitches in Seattle that have said that to me with more aplomb, But I didn't do it. I just oh, yeah, you think I'm funny. It was just,
Yeah.
Oh,
was pretty
Well,
bad.
the thing is, one,
Fuck
he's
'em.
he's a celebrity, so then even if he is cool with it, the crowd will go against you instantly.
Oh, I
And
would
then-
have fucked with him. I would
and
have fucked with him
also,
right back.
you know,
That's what I should have done.
as shitty as
think
it
you might-
is,
yeah.
sometimes people are just not in good moods.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
The crowd seemed pretty well. Just some of the stuff I did, they didn't like. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff I did, they did like. When I made the final smart ass comment about how do you make a girl come? Yeah, dude, just desperately work that tongue until she either gets there, or she makes you believe she's a good enough actress to make you believe that she did. I heard a few people laugh pretty hard, and he kind of just gave that look and Red Band said some shit, and I'm like, all right. I guess we're not there. I should have pushed the envelope like Macy did, because Macy kept going. He's like, I got other jokes. I should have been like, hey, I can do more impressions. I got more for you, brother.
Red Band can't say shit.
Yeah. Well, it's weird too. I know that
He's just sitting at that computer.
does- No,
he doesn't.
You know he's got files on that thing that he does not want the authorities
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have.
I just watched one today where there's a Ugandan. Someone mentioned a Ugandan, and then he plays a clip of flies. I was like, that's
funny.
I was like,
That's
I was
funny.
like- and some people were laughing, and some people were like, oh my god, Jesus.
I'm just
Terrible
saying,
fucking
if
racist
somebody goes through that
Flying,
computer,
buzzing
they're gonna They're going to give him a
That'd be
cell
crazy.
next to Jared from Subway.
Well, I know he does stand up, but I've never seen a clip of him ever doing stand up.
Like, you think maybe he has the Epstein list on his
Yeah.
CC for email?
Yeah.
It's all redacted.
That's on his
think he
group
has
chat.
It's his wallpaper. Yeah.
No, I'm sure
I was in
I'm sure they're
Austin
probably good
outside
people.
trying to
You
get
know,
on
and if
Phil
I
Tony,
if
and
I
I
was
was
anybody worth
there.
a shit, they may have given me a little bit more credit. But that's one thing. Also, looking at it, you know,
Well-
when I saw the video, I'm like, holy shit, I really am fucking ugly. It's sad. Like, and I flew back on Valentine's Day, which was depressing. You know, and then the plane didn't crash, so it is the first Valentine's Day where I haven't crashed and burned. So, you know, I guess that's a way to, and I got to go pick up my dog.
Balls,
Fuck it,
though,
you can get on
flying
Met-
on Valentine's
At least
Day.
you got on the show.
Because
A
you
lot of
mentioned
people,
a
you know,
second
people-
ago being afraid of a depressed pilot
Well-
who got a Dear John letter on
Dude, that guy-
D-Day.
No, if there's a
I'd
dude,
be afraid
you
of
know
that.
what? I can't remember if it was that flight or the flight down. The pilot dude that we had, he was full on leather bomber jacket. He had the hat on, like you could see him standing up there, like just like I fuck a lot of bitches. That's right. I'm a successful man.
Well,
Well,
now
he
that
looked like he's like, dude, that's the pilot I want on my plane. You know.
Now that you've gone through with it, is it something you want to do again, or is it kind of like I've done it and now I'm ready to?
Well, I'm not going to fly down there for the express purpose of doing it again. I mean, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You know, just to sit in a bar full of 200 plus people and hope you get your name drawn.
Yeah.
Like the astronomical odds it would take for me to get my name drawn again, you know, it's probably not going to happen. If I find a reason to go down there again, I would do it. I'd put the time aside to try it again.
Are the comics any better down there because they're more open and free and less afraid?
My guess is no.
The comics I saw were not. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
At no time during any of the open mics that I saw did I think I don't belong here with any of these people. I thought a lot of them didn't belong with me. I will say the third open mic we went to on the Tuesday, a place called the Buzz Mill, they had a couple pretty good comics.
Shout
there.
out Buzzmill.
Buzz Mill in Austin. It was outside, though, on like the coldest day of the year in Austin.
Yes.
At least that's what I'm going to say, because it was fucking freezing. I will say, God, I'm completely spacing on the name. We walked right in there, and there was, is it Anthony Varga? I believe is his name. He's
I heard the name
a
before,
Tacoma
yeah.
comic.
Yeah.
I believe he's Tacoma.
Yeah.
And he's just right there. I'm like, hey, you're. It's like, yeah, Bruce. I'm like, yeah. So we just happened to be in the same
Nice.
spot. He posted about it. Hey, it's really cool to be in Austin and see another comic from Tacoma. And I'm like, all
I
right.
gotta say, like so I've been in St. Louis, San Antonio, LA for com. Every time I see anyone local in another state for com, like right away, I look at that person. My very first thought is, this is a career. This ain't karaoke for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah,
yeah.
Well,
Even
that's
if
what
I
I
don't necessarily. I'm not necessarily tight with that person. I just respect them more. I'm like, dude, you know, like if I saw you anywhere
Yeah.
other than here, I'd be like, holy shit, Bruce is a baller.
Well,
He's
here's
doing
a-
it. He's doing it no matter
well,
what. You know what I mean?
The one thing I
respect road
know about me is that I've gained enough of a reputation in the Seattle Tacoma area. Everybody knows that I put a lot of miles on my car. I go to a lot of mics that I put a lot of effort into.
Yeah,
it. None of them think I'm funny, but
you're a
you know.
hardworking guy. I think.
for real.
I think even on another podcast that I was listening to, somebody mentioned you. You're always doing
Dude,
shit. so.
Ezra Bonilla, fucking shout out Ezra. I found this out the other day. Apparently, he's starting like when he finishes his. Is that the way of saying we're done?
What's up with that?
Overstay our welcome.
I don't know.
Well, fuck it. I'm gonna finish my thought
Oh,
anyway.
somebody just decided to turn it on to be an asshole, I guess.
Somebody put
I
a
don't
quarter
know.
in the machine.
Anyways,
No, Ezra Bonilla has started to finish his sets
Yeah.
by going shout out to Bruce Detore.
Yeah.
And like somebody told me that is like, yeah, you know Ezra like is shouting you out at the end of his. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, dude, he just a shout out to Bruce Detore, and we all just laughed our ass off. I'm like, so I was at TCC on Monday, Sixth and Proctor. I just walked right up to him. I was like, hey, dude, thanks for all the shout outs. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm like, nah, dude.
Free brand recognition.
And like I totally like I got in the bucket and I did my thing and I stuck around the whole night just to see him do it. Like he's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be like one of the last guys. I was like, dude, you're the only reason I'm staying around.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason I'm here now. So
well,
I don't know what that means, but you know,
Like how many of us stay on the list the entire night just to hear our name though? That's
dude, and he
He's
was
one of us.
and he was the closer too. So I had to wait through every other comic and 8 minutes of him for him to just go, all right, everybody, that's my time. Shout out to Bruce Detore, and I'm like, fucking yeah! The crowd, like everybody's like, what the hell is he talking about?
Well, you guys doing comedy around pretty close to the same amount of time. I've been doing a little over 2 years. You guys are both really busy. What's next? What's the next step for you guys? You're at Laughs sometimes.
I'm at Laughs.
You're doing all sorts of shows
I can't get
everywhere.
into Laughs. I'm not good enough,
Yeah.
apparently.
Hey, me neither, but it's all right.
Whatever the hell the name of that guy is. I'm sorry I made jokes about jerking off last time I was there.
But what's next? What's next for Bruce?
Tomorrow, Laugh Tech is putting on a show in Bothell at, I can't remember the
Oh,
name
is that
of the
with
place.
Brandon White?
Brandon White is headlining. I'm
Yes.
going to be the second to last, so I should have a 15 to 20 minute feature.
Is Marie on that show too? No.
Which day is that?
Tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah,
Laugh Tech.
tomorrow.
No, she was on the last one.
Let me
okay.
see if I can find
Yeah.
the name of the brewery.
Yeah.
Oh, look, people are messaging me. I'm popular. Yeah.
Is it? It's in what?
Wheelie Pop.
Edmonds.
Wheelie
or-
Pop?
Wheelie
Thank
Pop
you.
Brewery, Laugh Tech.
Wheelie
Yeah.
Pop
Yeah, Marie was
Brewing.
there 2 months ago.
Laugh
Yeah.
Tech is putting on a show. It's my first time doing a show for Laugh Tech, so I'm really hoping I can forget all the things that have been stressing me out for the last 3 days.
It's a super
and get
good
back
venue.
on.
They get
Yeah.
a really good audience.
Supposedly we got to be around PG-13ish, so I got to make sure I'm a little bit on my P's and
You
Q's.
said it's tomorrow?
That's
tomorrow.
definitely
Yeah,
something.
this
I
is
gotta
Thursday,
work
right?
on.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Y'all
Yeah,
catch you tomorrow?
yeah, tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to drive out there for no reason, but yeah,
dude,
tomorrow
I'll
the
come out and sit in
21st.
the audience, 100%.
Dude, yeah, bring it on out.
100%. It's a
I
good
know,
place.
this is gonna get me in trouble, but one of my old catchphrases before I got into comedy was "bring hot bitches." So, that pisses off the bitches. They just,
Some of them
They get
like
so
to be
angry.
called that, though. It's kind of strange, huh?
well, it depends on what level you're at.
yeah.
A comic who will go unnamed got mad because I used the word bitch once at an open mic, and she told me how she felt about it outside later. I was like, well, would you tell Dave Chappelle to stop saying the word? She's
I
like,
can only guess who that is.
she's like, no, because he's a national headliner. It's like, okay, so it's not a matter of the word, it's a matter of the fact that I'm not a headliner. It's a matter of status. Like, if I was a
Yeah.
better comic, it'd be okay.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's all hypocrisy. Like, yeah, like if Dave Chappelle was in town, she'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
you know?
Call me a bitch all day long.
Yeah, well, I'm your
Spit my
bitch,
face.
David.
What about you, man? What's next for you?
So next month, I'm heading down to LA, the 12th through the 15th, to do comedy. In fact,
Sounds hot.
where
every-
do you want to go when you're down there?
when I'm down there, I'm gonna hit club, not club.
Club comedy.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit Club
Club
Comedy in
Comedy's
Los Angeles,
new branch
the
in
Laugh
Los Angeles.
Factory,
The Laugh Factory.
the
Okay.
Laugh Factory, in the Comedy Store. So actually, my goal is to every month head down to LA. In fact, I'm gonna put this offer out there. If any comedians feel like hitting the road, hit me up. I will help you get a ticket if you ever want to do LA for the weekend. Because for the next year and a half, I'm going to be going down to LA once a month, every month, to get out of this fucking place.
I like how you're leaving the fucking the progressive shithole that is
No,
Seattle
that's
to go to the
100%.
progressive shithole that is
Oh,
LA.
yeah.
This is an
With more
open
traffic.
invitation. I can't help you with lodging or nothing. I have 3 jobs. I'm not rich.
Yeah. I am not
Jesus.
planning.
But I will help you with a plane ticket if you want to travel with me anytime. I got 3 jobs. I can help you with half of it.
I am not going to LA until the gas prices come down and the reservoirs are full, man. I'm not getting trapped in that fucking shit house.
Let's see. I can't. Yeah, as for when, I say until it gets cheap. He just said until it gets affordable in LA. He's not going.
Until
That's the 12th of never. Dude.
until I know the reservoirs are filled. Then I'll go
I'm
back
from
down.
There. That place is broken. It's not gonna
Dude.
get.
No, it's not going to get any
They're not gonna
better.
fix what's wrong, dude.
Oh, man. I need to start doing comedy in the Midwest. Looking like this, it's I'm sure it'd be shocking. Like, I've got a story. Maybe I'll tell it
If
tonight.
you want to come to St. Louis? I'll go there with you.
Yeah.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Listen to
Really?
some Nelly.
2 years ago, I went out there. My very first road gig was to St. Louis, Missouri. I went to college out there.
What I really want to try to start doing is getting further out of the Seattle Tacoma area.
Yeah.
So I was able to.
Idaho.
I'd love to go over to Idaho and Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene, and if there's anything in Boise I could get down to.
If you want to do
Twin
4 or
Falls,
5 days and plan
Pocatello.
a driving tour, I will split gas with
It would
you.
have to be something where I take the van and the dog, and we'd have to catch some good places we could stay with the dog.
Okay by me. If you
And-
want to set it like
Yeah.
future, we can talk about this.
Maybe
I'm
we can come up
100%
with
on board.
something because I need to get further. I need to get more out there. Like, I'm not getting. It's not like a bunch of people are following me on Instagram because Kill Tony. I think like 4 I've gotten like 4 followers, and 2 of them are
You
prostitute
just wait
bots.
till this podcast drops,
Yeah.
buddy.
By the way, I
Then
said
your numbers
prostitute
will
bots
go
for
up.
Jill and Dante. If you guys are seeing this, fuck you still.
Also, I think it would be really funny to see you going out there, given how people view Seattle, for you to point out, hey, I'm not me. This is
God,
me
where was
pretending
I?
I'm Bruce. If Bruce says, hey, I'm the white guy from Seattle, and then do your act. You know what I
I'm
mean?
the white guy
Everyone
from
knows
Seattle.
You
Like,
stand out because you're not Seattle. To me, that'd be cool.
No,
Because
look-
everyone's expecting a certain granola thing, a certain sort.
Well, no,
of
no. You know, it's funny.
bust out there, you know?
When I was
Fuck yeah, man.
when I was at the timeshare, I made sure to walk. It was like a mile or so up to the workout area. So I walked up to the gym a couple times, and
yeah.
there are some guys. They just done a protest in Austin against Trump or something like
Yeah.
that. And of course, a bunch of guys who kind of creepily looked like me were they were talking about it, and there's like, yeah, I don't know where these people came. I was like, yeah, and I just blurted in. I'm like, yeah, they all flew in here from Seattle to bitch and moan. And he's like, hey, I used to live in Seattle. I'm like, hey, I still do, okay? Like, he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, dude, I can say that all I want, man.
If anyone's still listening to this podcast, he's not kidding. In Seattle, we picket against fucking up traffic.
Yeah, we bitch and moan about traffic,
Dude,
and then
we protest
and then we
against the First
protest on the
Amendment in this
freeway.
city.
And by we, I mean them, not me. I don't do that shit. I'm at home watching porn and crying over the fact that I'm watching porn.
And by First
I had to
Amendment,
bring
and
porn
the-
into it.
I mean,
Hey, I
everyone
got
else.
a joke. I have a porn joke tonight that I'm going to
Yeah?
tell, so I'm
yeah.
excited
I'm
about
loving
it.
the porn.
Couple
Comedian
things.
with a porn joke. What?
Yeah, nobody
I think-
loves porn, by the way. We all just settle for
we're
it.
getting really close to this mic starting, so I'm gonna have to cut this short
All
in
right.
a couple minutes. But if people stick around, I might just like hook everything back up and do like another 30
What?
minutes.
Sweet.
Or so.
What time do you usually start
Afterwards.
this?
Starts at 9:15.
No. What time do you usually start the podcast?
It's just whenever anybody gets here.
Okay.
I get here at like 6:30 sometimes.
People in
so.
the comments section. I don't know how many people watch
Yeah.
this thing. If you want me to come back and do a full-on podcast,
Yeah.
say it. Say you want to hear it in the in the comments section. If he gets enough comments, I'll get out of bed
Jojo
early.
Blacko's like, yeah.
Jojo
I wanna
Blacko's
see
like,
Bruce
man, that
for
motherfucker.
1 hour.
Man, I'd rather be with SpongeBob.
Well,
I can't do a good Jojo Blacko.
Well, I did tell you something before we go. I got some things in the works. I'm really excited about. Can't talk about yet because they're not official. And then it's not my show, but I've been going to the Back Booth Bullies show in Tacoma every Monday. The guys have this. It's kind of a hybrid show / open mic. So
They asked me to be on it Monday, and I'm like, I'm waffling now. I'm like,
it's gonna be Bruce and Mr. Mookie together.
Mookie,
I wish they would. He basically, I got a message. He had that message in the thread. He's like, go work on your Trump impression, and when it gets good, I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Fucking shots fired over here.
I'm like, dude, all right, Mason. How was that view of Macy from the crowd at Kill Tony?
Yeah.
probably
We
was
got
fun.
Rich Schneider here too. All right.
Rich Schneider.
Any last things you guys want to say before we start packing it up?
Hey.
And then
Follow me on Instagram at Bruce Detore, BruceDetore. Look for me on Bruce Detore Comedy
he's
on
got
Facebook.
shirts. They're available.
I do have shirts. They're kind of like, this is my own personal one. I have ones with Bruce Detore on it. I got 3 more before I break even on how much money I spent on merch. And
Somebody
then
get a shirt.
if anybody knows somebody who does printing, I need new business cards. I want to do a new T-shirt design. I can't go with the person who did it before, unfortunately. So I'm looking to do that soon when I'm not distracted by shit that I can't talk about on a podcast because fuck that guy. Anyway.
That'll be on the Patreon if you want to subscribe.
Yes.
Stay funny, stay free.
And what about you,
Bring this
Noah?
guy back.
Yeah,
Bring him back.
You got
If
any
you know-
features coming up? Anything like that? Oh,
Obviously tomorrow in Bothell with Laugh Tech at, what was the place called? Whistle Happy
Wheelie Pop.
Wheelie Pop Brewing. I got a few things coming up in March. More things coming up in April and May. I'm starting to book a few months out here and there. If anybody sees me and wants to get me on a show, please talk to whoever's involved. If you're involved, find me on Instagram or Facebook and message me. If you know a pretty brunette who's way too young for me but still legal, no kids preferably, fairly ignorant to how good other men in the world are, please send her my way.
Non-fertile.
Non-fertile. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I'm not fertile at this point.
Yeah.
Noah,
now it's your time, man.
All right, my next show is next month at Peace of Mind Brewery. It's tapped out
Yes.
on the 15th. Otherwise, no, I meant that offer. I'm trying to bring all of my people on the road. I am trying to to blow this whole fucking city up. So hit me up if you want to travel. Otherwise, like I said, let's bring this guy back.
And
come out to Whiskey Mile. Let's put this place on the map.
And I'm taking suggestions. If you guys have impressions you want me to start working on, I'm starting to add more of those to the act.
Oh, yeah.
My next one, I think, is going to be Jordan Peterson. I'm going to work on that.
Oh, man.
Topical.
So pay attention for that
All
one.
right. Well, I'm saying it for sure. I am going to at least hook this shit back up after the mic. So we'll be right back. Or wait. Oh, there's Drew. Hey, Drew, come here.
Where's Drew?
Drew, come here.
Drew, you've been beckoned.
Just real quick. I need you to give me your best. We'll be right back. To the
little doggy.
right to the, just we'll be right back. You know, here we go. You guys ready?
We'll be right back.
That's what's up.
Unfortunately, the guys never did come back. Now enjoy this next tune about comedian Nick Cody being in love with his hot tub.
Nick Cody's in love with his hot tub. He's always soaking in that warm water. Steam rising up, feeling the heat. His heart skips a beat, it's his retreat. Hot tub loving, ain't nothing better. Nick and his tub, a match made in heaven. Together forever, their love never ends. Hot and steamy, their passion ignites. Nick Cody and his hot tub, what a sight. He's got candles lit, soft music plays. His hot tub romance in so many ways. He whispers sweet nothings to the bubbling water. His love for his tub only grows stronger. This love affair, it's so hot. Nick and his tub, a match made in heaven. Together forever, their love never ends. Hot and steamy, their passion ignites. Nick Cody and his hot tub, what a sight. What a sight. This love affair is so hot. Nick and his tub, a match made in heaven. Together forever, their love never ends. Hot and steamy, their passion ignites. Nick Cody and his hot tub, what a sight. What a sight. Oh, his love affair is so hot. Ooh, what a sight. Oh, Nick and his tub, a match made in heaven. Together forever, their love never ends. Hot and steamy, their passion ignites. Nick Cody and his hot tub, what a sight. Nick and his tub, a match made in heaven. Together forever, their love never ends. Hot and steamy, their passion ignites. Nick Cody and his hot tub, what a sight. Oh yeah, what a sight. What a sight. Comedy Sale, the podcast you can't resist. Stephen Michael James, the host you won't wanna miss. From Seattle to the world, it's Spitting fire on the mic.
The podcast you can't resist.
Stephen Michael James.
Stephen Michael James. The host you don't want to miss. The host.